Hey guys, James here. We are in Frontier County. So, you can see off in the distance there's, what is it, Devil's Tower, Wyoming. That is the map we're on. I did have a video that I previewed this with probably a month and a half ago. As a reminder, in this series, I'm gonna try and edit videos more. Use time lapses, add in music, and maybe commentary over certain time lapses. But to start off today, we have our little campsite where the group of people who have purchased this area of land are currently staying. What I'm gonna do is, you can see I have two concrete roads laid out and then a dirt road over here. Obviously the dirt road that runs back there as well. We are dealing with some fog right now. Hopefully that goes away soon. But what I'm gonna do is I am going to get a time lapse together of me putting together this little town, and this town is gonna be an abandoned town for now. What happened was this group of families got together and purchased all the land of this abandoned town, and go from there. So we'll get into that time lapse here in a minute or so, and what I'll do is we'll go ahead and put in some roads here. So what I'm thinking is there's going to be a bit of a kind of dilapidated downtown area where I use row homes and stuff, but there's also going to be just some dirt roads that run off here. If I turn this on, let's see, go ahead. I'm gonna do over here, just get some roads, and how this is gonna work. Sorry. Oh, maybe there we go. How it's gonna work is, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the abandoned, dilapidated part of the town built in the time lapse. Then I'll come in and we'll go over it a little bit, kind of review what we're looking at, and then we are going to get in the new family areas where their new homes are. So we'll get this grid built here. This is going to be a little bit of a grid. And finally, off here, we're going to do a little road like that. So that's just going to be our basic layout right now. I might add a little bit during the time lapse, but I'm going to go ahead and hop in here and get some buildings in, using the statics ploppable. That way they're non-functional. So do that, and then I will be adding some, gosh, if I can find some of the things, stuff like debris like this to some of these areas, showing that the buildings are beat up and stuff. So with that, we'll hop into the time lapse here. I'm going to quit recording and start recording again, and put in a little transition here. So let me know if you guys have any advice on how to do it better if I fail miserably this time. Thanks, guys. back to live me. So we went through and we added some trees, some abandoned homes, and a little bit of a downtown area. After I quit the time lapse, I went in and I added in some surface area stuff just to kind of make it so it's just not grass under there. It looks a little better. It's not as good as I was hoping for and what I was imagining in my head. It'd be really nice if we had an asset editor, because I'm sure there'd be so many more like single family homes, dilapidated homes, even more rubble piles and stuff like that. I'm sure once we get an asset editor, I think things like that'll start showing up more. But anyway, so what we're gonna do here, so we have 8 families here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 families. I should probably come up with like names for them, but I don't know how well I'll be able to actually keep track of names in City Skylines 2. Ooh, that was lightning out. Sorry, got distracted. Anyway, so first thing we're gonna do, if it lets me, it doesn't. We don't have Grand Village. I was gonna make a well, never mind. I was gonna make a town name. This town is gonna be called Homestead. So we're gonna call this little area here. And so kind of what I want to do in the rest of this episode, I don't know if I'll have another time lapse or not. I might, but we'll see. What I want to do is I want to slowly go through here and one by one have each of these families figure out where they're going to have their little home. So first family is going to come out here, and the problem with these assets is, hey, that looks like a perfectly fine house, right? Well, in reality, these houses are beat down and not in great shape. These are actually just barns over here, even though they are houses. But all of these buildings are meant to be like beat up and half fallen apart, damaged by storms, tornado have gone through here, or something like that. And none of these are usable. So as these families come in and choose their one location, we're going to delete this house and we're going to give them a proper home. So with the first family, let's go ahead. They decided first one got the first decision. Come on, right out here. Perfect, amazing view of the river down below and Devil's Tower off in the clouds. So this now we are going to actually use proper usable housing. So let's go with a Southwest pack. And can we go with low buildings? Let's go through here. Let's grab let's see here. Hold on a second. Let's see if we can do something like this. So, mixed farming should come out and have residents and farming, which is what I'm looking for here. It's a very small home, but this is what I'm looking for in this starting area of Homestead. These families are coming out here to make subsistence living, essentially. It's kind of where I'm getting the name Homestead. They want to live off grid a little bit. So it's kind of the goal here. So that is actually exactly what I was looking for. I forgot I had those. So let's go ahead. Let's move to this next one. And a lot of them are deciding they want to be out here. They don't want to be in here where all of these old buildings are. They want to be out here some. So they're drawing straws, or based on who paid the most money, stuff like that, that they get first dibs on what housing area they want to use. So we are going to go through here. We're going to actually type in mixed farming. So let's see what this one looks like. Wish these weren't visible. Go ahead and do that one. That's nice. Little horse barn out back here. So I think that'll work fine. We're going to move off over here now. This one, go ahead and delete this. Remember, we do have 8 families here. So let's look at... Let's do maybe this one here. They're going to be right off the main road, actually. Okay. All right, guys, I got to put a quick little break in here. Sorry. Okay, sorry, guys. Phone call, of course, right as I start recording. Okay. So, continuing on. Get back into these. Let's do that one here. I like it. And of course, these have gone up over a couple of months. Like, these aren't just instant pop-up buildings, you know, obviously. So that's 4 there. And the other couple families, we're going to bring them in here. They are going to settle in here a little bit further into town. And they're going to be on smaller little lots. So let's look at maybe like a 4x3 here. That is great. I love that. There's one. Put one out here. We'll get rid of this house. This will be 6 out here. I think, yeah, that's just storage, so don't necessarily want to do that. This one is kind of the loner of the town. Like, one guy, he's like 50, and he just sits out here with his little orchard right on the furthest part of town that he could go. And then go ahead and put in do something like this here. I love these little assets. I think it's called the mixed farming zone, residential farming zone. Maybe it's a mod. I absolutely love it. Okay, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got one more. Where do we want to put them? Let's have them place this house right here. And let's go with 4x3. So right about here. Okay. So that's that. I really, really do love these assets. These are awesome things, and they do spawn in actually. If you zone, I think it's called. Make sure. Is it in industrial? No. Where is it? I cannot remember where it's at. There it is here. Okay. So we have to get to Tiny Town first, but you can actually do these and spawn them in. So we will be using that quite a bit. But that's our first little thing here. So what we want to do, we need to take a look here at the natural resources of this map. So we can look through here and we have fertile land all the way through here along the river. We have a little bit of woods, and to be honest, up here there are some woods. I'm gonna make this a lot denser up here. I've got some ideas for a couple future episodes of how to incorporate a lumber industry. So this will get a little bit heavier of density of trees up in this corner. But for now, we're gonna leave that as is. So if we go back here, we've got oil and ore literally everywhere. So it's basically just picking an area and making a small development there. So we will do that eventually. And yeah, so how it's gonna happen, and I would absolutely love to get feedback from people who watch this. I'm hoping people tune into this and would love to participate in this. I'd love to get ideas on how this town's gonna develop. Like, say a relative of this person decides to move out here, and this is already one that I'm actually working on for the lumber industry out here. This person's brother or something is a high-level manager in a lumber company and has decided he wants to step out on his own and make his own lumber company. And there's free land out here. Not free, but as close to free as possible. Not being used and stuff like that. So if you guys have any ideas for how we could build this region, I'd love to have them in the comments. Won't guarantee they get used, but I would definitely appreciate any comments and help for that. But for now, I think what we're gonna do, I'm gonna say that as they go along here, they're gonna clean up this block here. At least part of it. And they want to put in a gas station and a couple little stores. So maybe. Okay. Let's see if we can find. Maybe not that one that big. Yeah, maybe we will have to go that big. Okay. So if we were to do something like this, so I think that is going to be great. Obviously, it's going to have to change a little bit around here. We don't want to overload this with like density, and even like this density isn't what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is like houses right next door to each other. We want the lots in here to appear like fairly big for now. So as we clear out this block, do that. Start clearing out over here. So, what I want to do, try and find a quick little store. Not a big store like that. Try and go low. That is weird. Okay, why is it? Huh. I don't know why that's, when I hit low, these aren't coming in. I guess, is there no commercial? No, there's plenty of commercial. Don't know. That's weird. Okay. Anyway. something like this next door as just like a hardware general store, and that's basically going to be all the commercial here for now. We're going to say that whatever family, none of these are, say, alive, occupied for now. So, but like as these are coming in, some of these families are going to start farming out here. I mean, they all have like gardens and everything, orchards, some livestock, things like that on their actual lot. A couple of these out here might start adding in fields or something like that around them. But a couple of them, one of them decided, hey, we're going to get a gas station. The other one starts up a general store. And they start posting a couple adverts on like job websites and stuff, like, hey, we've got some openings out here, plenty of real estate, come out and join us. And a couple people take them up. So we are going to add just a couple of houses out here. And these are going to be not necessarily mixed farming. These are going to be more just low-end residential houses. Not necessarily that big. Let's go like lot width 3. And yeah. Add a couple houses out here. Just a couple of homes, and these the lots don't go in great out here, but we'll deal with it for now. We might do some editing on these lots eventually. So add a couple of those. Let's go ahead and unpause here. See if we can get people to start moving in. That's a great point. We need water and electricity. So for electricity out here, there is an old wind turbine out here on the hill. That's our power here. So get this run. Straight down the hill. Get that going. And for water, let's get see what's the cheapest. This. You know what? That actually kind of goes pretty good with the idea of an old town. We're gonna put this up here. Run water pipe here. Right down. Connect it up. Oop. Okay. And then for sewer, we got to figure this out. How do we want to deal with sewer? It's the only way we can deal with it right now. Dumping it. So, I don't know. You kind of like this. We're going to dump it right there. Going to connect in. We have connection. No. So, let's see if that solves our issues up here. Yes, it does. Okay. So, let's sit here and wait. See if people come in. And yeah. You guys, as we're waiting for some people to come show up, you guys let me know what you think. If you've got any ideas for what we can do in the city, special things to add, just any ideas for this. I want this to be kind of a community thing. even though I don't really have much of a community on my channel. Uh, so you guys let me know if you have any ideas, and we'll keep progressing this along. Maybe in the next episode, maybe we'll work on a small lumber company over here, and maybe a small town over here for the employees of that lumber company. So you guys let me know what you think. Oh, we've got some vehicles coming in. Hop in here and follow them. Guy's coming in on his motorcycle. The Moore family comes. Dirt road on a motorcycle. That's a great idea. There's the windmill. Passing the campground soon. Get that. He is going to live right there. Where's he going? Right here. All right. Well, guys, with that, I'm going to end the episode here. Again, let me know in the comments what you think. Got any ideas for us? And yeah, we'll keep this going in the next episode and see how this county develops. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you next time.